What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are finishing off the album Abacab with their song Another Record. This is off their album Abacab, which was released in 1981. We are finally here. We are finally at the end. Some of you are so happy right now. And then some of you don't mind at all. But yeah, let's see where the end of this album goes. Is it going to be like a brilliant ending? Is it going to be like a letdown? And then after this, if I remember, I'll let you know what my thoughts are on my first listen through of the album, keeping in mind that I've listened to the other songs up to the point that, you know, right now, basically with Another Record. So let's go ahead and give it a go. Let's see what happens. Will this record spin or will this record scratch? We're going to find out right now. So what do I think about the ending of Abacab? What can I say about it? I don't know. Hold on, there's someone at my door. Hold on. Okay. Before I talk about the song, really quick. I have windows right here that like look right out to the street, right? Usually I have my curtains like closed when I'm recording, so no one's like just staring straight in, right? It was a nice sunny day, so I decided, hey, you know what? Let's have the curtains open just a little bit. No one ever comes up to the house. Of course, the first time I leave them open, someone comes up, rings the bell, and then they stand right there. They stand right there by the window, and I know they're looking straight at me. If it looked like I was angry near the end of the song or anything, it wasn't because of the song. It was just because I was kind of like looking like, hold on, I can't, I'm not just going to get up while I'm, listening to the song. There's things going on. Okay, so what can we say about another record? First of all, I think the lyrics are interesting if they're about what I'm kind of thinking they're about. Musically, here's where I come away with. It starts off interesting, and then it kind of, for lack of a better word, deflates a little bit into what I would say is just an average song. Like, I feel like, we're going to talk. We're going to talk. So, like, listen to the beginning here, right? Very moody in its atmosphere, very moody in the setting. As we bring in the synths, we bring in that guitar, it sets a really nice mood. This feels like a proper closer, just emotionally. And the way that everything plays here, this feels like the curtain call, before we end the album. And then we skip ahead just a little bit, a little more. You get the hi-hat that's going to eventually bring in the drums and bring in a whole different type of beat. Get the classic fills, Even as it moves into this, I feel like it still maintains that energy from before, It's kind of, though, from after this forward, that I don't really love it. Also, who's playing harmonica? Hold on. Let me look here, because I never saw harmonica listed anywhere, so I don't even know who's playing that. There's nothing here, so I actually have no idea. But someone's playing harmonica, which is an interesting element. It's not one I would necessarily expect at this point, but I get it. Then, see, the thing is, I don't like that. The thing is, I don't necessarily think that it sounds bad. I just think it sounds very average when Genesis are clearly capable of a lot better. And I don't even mean like this album as a whole. They've, to me, in my opinion, proven better on this album. They've done great songs on this album. I personally love No Reply at All, Dodo Lurker, Man on the Corner. Like, I love some songs on here, but this is not hitting those high marks. It's not quite hitting the same. It's kind of pedestrian. The fills in the spacing of the rhythm is nice, yeah. It's one of those things that's like notable about the song, but it's not really doing anything for the song, at least in my opinion. It's okay. It's okay. Harmonicas always make me think of like train tracks and railroads and people leaving to go somewhere. So that does kind of bring to mind like an ending. An end of a journey, off into the sunset as you... Sunset? Did I say sunset? Don't sit on the sun. Sunset. Let me just pull up the lyrics here, because I think the lyrics may have or may hold some extra meaning, especially at this point. It's funny, because there's an old rock and roller. He's got nowhere to go. Did you ever think of taking him in? Somebody help him, somebody please. Put another record on because he likes that song. Or it's funny, he never done nothing, done nobody wrong. Didn't think about changing his name, but I'm going to tell him it's the same old game. Put another record on. Round, round, round. Oh, see him smile. So, I don't know. I don't even know, at the time when this album was released, what was the general consensus? Is it pretty much the same what I kind of see now? Like, after a certain album, nobody liked the band except the mainstream kind of came in? Or was this album well received at the time, by older fans, or not really well received at the time? I don't know, because you guys are my snapshot basically into that time period. I don't know, because I only have this context that I'm in right now, and I've devoured their albums, a lot of their albums thus far, in a short, relatively span of time. I feel like this may have been their their song that was like, if you don't like this, put another record on. I don't know. I don't know if that was their, if that's what they're going for. And not when this album was released, but perhaps previous ones, right? Like, this was their response to those fans. And they say, because he likes that song. They've never done anything wrong. Just put another record on and see him smile. So I feel like, I don't know, once again, but I feel like they're saying at this point, hey, we're moving into this direction. It's okay if you don't like it. We have all those other classic albums there for you, but we're going this way. If you don't want to go with us, that's okay. At least that's what I'm kind of getting on. Because even at the end, I mean, they say just put another record on. At least, I don't know. At least that's what I kind of feel about it. Now, before we end this video and before I forget, I did say that I was going to tell you my thoughts initially on this album. I, of course, need to sit on it a little bit, need to let the thoughts simmer and dwell within me a little bit, and then they will express themselves at some point in the future. My favorite record from Genesis. Let me give you my top 2 records from Genesis that I know are my top 2. Okay? My favorite album from Genesis is Nursery Crime. I love that album. Okay? Nursery Crime is my favorite Genesis album. My second favorite Genesis album is Duke. They're from 2 completely different eras, and they hit different feelings, and at the same time, they're very well connected, in my opinion. Nursery Crime obviously being a progressive classic, to an extent, I think, underrated, just because of the strength of their other albums following. But I think that Duke is also extremely strong and a classic, perhaps moving into a more pop direction, but still retaining certain progressive elements, They're both classics in the progressive genres, just of different sides of the same coin. So my first initial thoughts on Abacab is that it's actually, at the moment, my least favorite album. I've been listening to this album and putting it on, like I said, up until certain points when I, haven't listened to the songs yet. And I haven't quite had that same, for lack of a better word, glow that I've had with other albums, with every other album. Every other album has given me some moment of glow, some more than others. And this one, it's not as glowy. Do I think that this is a bad album? I really don't, actually. I think that at the moment, this is kind of an average album, like I said, in their discography, because their discography has such high standards, So this one at the moment isn't quite hitting those marks, but once again, that's based off of me, going through each of the songs, one by one, and then going back on my own and listening to the album as a whole up until certain points. So for all I know, this could change. You never know. But as of right now, just want to let you know where I'm at. However, I would, as always, love to know, where do your thoughts lie on the album? You can let me know in the comments below. Do you think this is a great album? Do you think this is a good album? Do you think this is a bad album? Do you think it's an average album? You can let me know in the comments, though. You can also follow me on Twitter and some other places, and hope that you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Whatever time of day it is, whatever day of the week it is, whatever month it is, I hope that it's a great one for you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.